What's up, guys? Welcome to the 2019 Draft Lottery for League of Thrones 2. My name's Chris. I'm co-commissioner. Richard is the other commissioner, and I'm here to do the Draft Lottery again this year. For those of you here last year, I'm going to run it similarly. If you hear something in the background, you're not going crazy. I'm playing a Game of Thrones. It's called Best of Game of Thrones soundtrack from seasons 1 through 6. Thought it'd be interesting to just kind of play that in the background. I think last year I played the theme, so play this in the background. Don't really know what's going to happen. We'll see. So anyways, for those of you guys that are new, that don't know how this worked last year, I'm going to explain it. I posted a Google Doc in the chat. That Google Doc has who everybody's franchising and then 3 players that they're entering into the lottery. I have that same exact sheet in front of me. I'm going to go bottom to top. That way I'm last and there's no funky business going on. I'm not going to re-record this whole thing just if something doesn't play out my way. So I want to go last just so you guys can see that I'm trying to show some integrity here. So anyways, with that being said, I've got 3 ping pong balls here. They have a 1, a 2, and a 3 on them. The 3 is a Roman numeral because I lost a number 3 ball, so I made the number 11 ball into a number 3 because I do a similar structure for a different league. Then I have a hat. I'm a Yankees fan, so get over it. So the 3 balls will go into the hat. I'll draw 2 out. The 2 that I draw are the players that you get to keep. The one that's left out is obviously the player that you lose. So let's kick it off with Zach Futrell, one of the newbies to the league and also one of my buddies. He franchised Nuke DeAndre Hopkins. He entered in Marlon Mack, Tariq Cohen, and Devontae Freeman into the lottery. So here we go. The balls are in the hat. First player being kept is number 2, which is Tariq Cohen. Next up, ball number 1. So Marlon Mack and Tariq Cohen are kept. Devontae Freeman goes back into the draft pool. Next up is Shannon. Shannon has franchised Cooper Kupp and has entered Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, and Aaron Jones into the lottery. So 3 balls are in the hat. First ball out is a number 2. So Joe Mixon is being kept. Next ball out is a 3. So Aaron Jones and Joe Mixon are kept. Nick Chubb goes back into the lottery. I'm sure that's not how you wanted that to play out. So Max Edsy is up next. He franchised Brandon Cooks. He has entered Peyton Barber, LaShawn McCoy, and Kareem Hunt into the lottery. So here we go. First ball out is number 3. So Kareem Hunt. Ooh, hit the hat away. And the next player being kept is number 1. So Peyton Barber, Kareem Hunt, and Brandon Cooks are Max's keepers. Shady McCoy goes back into the draft lottery. Next up is Richard Logan. He franchised Zeke and entered Juju, Kenny Golladay, and Chris Godwin into the draft lottery. So here we go. First player being kept is ball number 3, Chris Godwin. And then next, ball number 1. So Juju, Chris Godwin, and Zeke are being kept. Kenny Golladay goes back into the draft lottery. Next up, Daniel Winkler. Franchised Keenan Allen, entered Gurley, Damian Williams, and Kerryon Johnson into the lottery. First ball out is a 2. So Damian Williams being kept. And ball number 3, Kerryon Johnson. So Todd Gurley goes back into the draft lottery. Damian Williams, Kerryon Johnson, Keenan Allen are being kept by Daniel. So next up is Keith Cleveland. He franchised Christian McCaffrey, and he entered Michael Thomas, Travis Kelce, and Julian Edelman into the lottery. Here we go. First ball out is a number 2, which is Travis Kelce. And ball number 1. So Michael Thomas, Travis Kelce, and Christian McCaffrey are being kept by Keith. Julian Edelman goes back into the lottery. That is a hell of 3 keepers, boys. We're going to have to compete with that one. All right, Eric Fisher. He franchised Robert Woods and entered Lev Bell, Chris Carson, and Jared Goff into the lottery. So here we go. First ball out is number 1, Lev Bell. So far, so good. Next ball out is number 2, Chris Carson. So Eric is going to have Lev Bell, Chris Carson, and Robert Woods as keepers. Jared Goff goes back into the draft pool. Chandler Norman, you're up next. You franchised Melv Gordon. I really hope that works out for you. And you entered AB, Tyreek Hill, and George Kittle into the lottery. So here we go. Man, Melvin Gordon and AB. What a tough life you're living. So first ball out is number 2, Tyreek Hill. Next ball out is number 1. So you're living the Antonio Brown, Melvin Gordon, Tyreek Hill life. George Kittle goes back into the pool. Put my sheet over here. Kevin Camp, you're up next. You franchised Andrew Luck. You entered OBJ, Devontae Adams, and Robbie Anderson into the lottery. I thought the soundtrack was going to be better, guys. Sorry about this. It's not very good. Number 2, Devontae Adams. And number 3, Robbie Anderson. So Odell Beckham Jr. goes back into the draft lottery. Andrew Luck, Devontae Adams, and Robbie Anderson being kept by Kevin. Next up, we got 3 left. Daniel Antwine. He is franchising David Johnson, and he is entering Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, and Tyler Boyd into the lottery. Here we go with the ball. First ball out, number 2. So Amari Cooper. And next ball out is, where's the number? Number 3. So Tyler Boyd. So Adam Thielen goes back into the draft lottery. David Johnson, Amari Cooper, and Tyler Boyd are being kept by Daniel. That's a good one. All right, Zach Smith, you are franchising Patty Mahomes. You have entered James Conner, Alvin Kamara, and T.Y. Hilton into the lottery. Balls are in. Let me shake these up a little bit. First ball out, number 1. So James Conner. And the second ball out is number 3, T.Y. Hilton. So Alvin Kamara goes back into the draft lottery. Man, there's some good names and go back into the draft. Or not the draft lottery, the draft pool. So last but not least is myself. I franchised Saquon Barkley, and I've entered Mike Evans, Julio Jones, and Jarvis Landry into the lottery. Here we go. First ball out is number 1. So Mike Evans. And the last ball out is number 2, Julio Jones. So Jarvis Landry goes back into the pool, and I get to keep Saquon Barkley, Mike Evans, and Julio Jones. So that's it. That's it for the draft lottery. I think there's a few polls for you guys to vote on if you haven't gotten to that yet, for some possible rule changes. And I'm going to post a poll right now for the draft date, which I think we're planning to do sometime next week if possible. Anyways, it's been a pleasure, guys. I'm looking forward to this season. Good luck. See you guys.